Amanda's request, Rune's request, as most of you know her by. So it's been a while since I requested Florence and the Machine. This is Rune's message. It's been a while since I requested Florence and the Machine, although I personally prefer her more recent work. This performance of What the Water Gave Me is absolutely stunning. Florence was inspired to write the song because of how Virginia Woolf took her own life. Inspiring. Here's some more info on the meaning behind the song. You know I love digging into that subtext, that extra information. Rage Against the Florence. Oh. Oh, I love this. So as many of you know, I'm moving down to Miami. And here in the Song Facts article, the song is titled after one of Mexican artist Frida Kahlo's most famous paintings, in which she depicted lying in her bath surrounded by surreal, nightmarish imagery. Florence told me, NME, a lot of the time when I'm writing, things will just appear. I was writing the song, and this book on symbolism was lying around, and it had that painting on it. It was nice to hear the ordinary with the extraordinary. The reason I bring up Miami is because the last time I was there, I saw an opera based on Frida Kahlo's life. It's just called Frida. It's so beautiful. And there is a huge scene that illustrates this moment of the nightmarish imagery in the bathtub. Yeah. Why would I willingly go to Florida? Because I get to be paid to sing there. I get to make a living doing my passion. Not that this isn't my passion. I'm very passionate about doing these videos and streams with you guys. But singing is my number one passion. There's recurring imagery of water running throughout Ceremonials, which I assume is the album. Florence explained to Enemy, I am obsessed with drowning. It's about succumbing and being completely overwhelmed by something that's bigger than everything. I think it comes from being in love for the first time. She continued, like totally and utterly in love. Like first 17-year-old love. I remember falling in love with this boy who was in a band, obviously, and having the first glimpse he might like me too. I had to go on a family holiday for 2 weeks. I spent the entire time sat at the bottom of the swimming pool, screaming at the top of my voice. I just wanted to be somewhere that completely encapsulated me, where I could just thrash and scream. This is beautiful. Yeah, you do, Antivanti. All right, well, my interest is thoroughly piqued. Rune, this is super exciting. Guys, this is Florence and the Machine, What the Water Gave Me. Sirius XM Satellite Radio exclusive.
Hi, we're Florence and the Machine, and this is
the right one, right?
What the Water Gave Me.
Time it took us to where the water was. That's what the water gave me. And time goes quicker between the two of us. But oh my love, don't forsake me. Take what the water gave me. Lay me down. Let the only sound be the overflow. Pockets full of stones. Lay me down. Let the only sound be the overflow.
I love how you can crescendo so intensely with just a voice and a harp. Like, that's so gorgeous. Oh my gosh. I'll stop harping on it. Her voice is so amazing. I mean, this was uploaded on YouTube in 2011. This was like 10 years ago. We did a little like now and then comparison. I think it's up on the YouTube channel of how her voice has changed kind of over the course of 10 years. I think it was between like 2009 and 2018 or something. And there's so much, but it's from the before times. But still, I mean, there's that deep, chesty voiced passion, right? So I'm combining vocal concepts with like artistic concepts here, but there's such an awesome depth in her sound. And it captures that idea that we read in that article earlier, that she wants to feel, in order to scream underwater, you have to have so much air in your lungs and so much power to really make that expulsion of air that's faster than what the pressure is putting on you make sense. And that's the power she brings to her singing, right? The guitar. A guitar is a belly harp. So really there's two harps. And then a piano is just a harp that you play with little mallets, right? Gosh, it's so gorgeous.
And oh, poor Atlas, the world's a beast of a burden. You've been holding up a long time, and all this longing, and the ships all left to rust. That's what the water gave us. So lay me down, let the only sound be the overflow. Pockets full of stones, lay me down.
So there's something so special about the way she sings. Obviously, like we've watched and responded to and talked about a lot of Florence Welch's singing. And there are a lot of singers that sound kind of like her. She and, I'm going to get crucified for saying this, but like she and Shakira have that same kind of guttural arytenoid closure timbre. But what separates them as great singers is the fact that they never commit to just one timbre within the colors of their voice. So one thing that Florence does that's so beautiful is the way that she phrases her lines. She'll keep something so nice and pure and small and forward and all airy and a little breathy, and she'll just keep that going. And then she'll add more warmth and color and pull the sound back, but she's never fully divorcing that sound from the softness. So therefore, at the end of a line, she can return. And right before this pause, she did that so well, and I just want to point it out. With her. Soft. So soft.
Be the overflow. Pockets full of stones, lay me down. Let the only sound be the overflow. 'Cause they took your loved ones.
She starts the phrases so like easily small, and then she can just amp it. There's never any like static timbre in what she does. She starts soft. She starts soft. She will increase that dynamic, increase that energy to a point that works in the overall musical phrase, in the section of the piece. And she'll add that timbre through breath energy, not through any clenching, not through anything else. Her face stays calm, stays the same. It's all breath energy. And it's like akin to it takes my opera singer brain and just like lights up all of the, you know, old Italian terms, legato, you know, all of these things that lead to the voice being able to be observed as like the true front and center beautiful instrument. And that's what this is. So awesome.
Them in exchange for you, but would you have it any other way?
Pulls back.
Would you have it any other way? You couldn't have it any other.
Literally a whisper.
'Cause she's a cruel mistress, and a bargain must be made. But oh my love, don't forget me when I let the water take me. Lay me down, let the only sound be the overflow. Pockets full of stones, lay me down, let the only
Listen to this crescendo.
be the
Sorry, before we go on, like, you can hear it starting to amp up. I've talked about this once before. There is a composer from the 1800s named Rossini, and his biggest addition to the type of musical writing that happened in opera was the way he wrote big crescendos with lots of instruments in voices. You'd start very small, but you wouldn't just increase in volume. You would increase by adding musical elements. And that's one thing that Florence and the Machine do really well, in the way that they add excitement and drama over the course of time in their songs. And I just wanted to draw attention to that because it's such a powerful tool to add intensity without adding volume. And yes, they'll increase in volume, but more than that, the intensity is added through the addition of musical elements over the course of a repeated phrase. So we'll start that crescendo over again and just pay attention to that.
lay me down,
And the way she sings, too.
let the only sound be the overflow.
Now the piano's playing repeated notes instead of individual notes.
Lay me down, let the only sound be the overflow. Pockets full of stones, lay me down, let the only sound be the
Oh my gosh. Just like absolutely blown away. Okay. Obviously we're going to go back to this. And it's at that point where she's like full voiced, just letting her sound rip, letting it be everything. That I think of that line from songfacts.com, right? I spent the entire time sat at the bottom of the swimming pool screaming at the top of my voice. I just wanted to be somewhere that completely encapsulated me, where I could just thrash and scream. And I feel like this is an anecdote, but I had this like evil mad scientist voice teacher moment where I only wanted, I wanted to have a voice studio where I could keep a water tank where you could submerge yourself under, like submerge your rib cage and lungs under the water. So you'd had to deal with inward pressure while keeping your lungs expanded. And even believing that you're in that situation will force you to engage your breath in a way that can sustain the voice in a beautifully powerful way. And you can't help but see what she's doing with her face and looking up and imagining that she's really feeling that sensation of being in the water, being where she thinks about. Yeah, but I'm thinking more of like a dark science-y like tube of water that's like above and in a room instead of a pool. I mean, a pool would be cool, but I'm thinking more mad science-y. Let's raise money for a big brain singer dunk tank. Let's check this out. So good. Oh, it's so good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Florence. She is such a master. Being able to just go between like very soft, sensitive singing and then full voice, like full mastery, complete support of the instrument singing without adjusting timbre, distorting the sound or anything. Just such lovely sounds. We've done some Billie Eilish here. I wonder if that was up on the channel. Yeah, Wither Voice. Oh, you have your song. There you go. Meowvalent, thank you for subbing for 9 months. You're such a legend. Such an absolute legend. Spralos' birthday is tomorrow. I owe Spralos. If I hadn't already packed up my hard drive of all of the VOD recordings, I would fish it out and find that Adele recording for you. Because I have it. I know I have it. I remember doing it, and it was amazing. But happy birthday. Happy birthday. Rolling in the deep of my boxes? Yeah. No, definitely not. I'm very secure about my hard drives. Once you've had a hard drive fail on you, you will literally never take risks ever again with it. It's not even like a good hard drive. I should cloud back them up eventually. Man, Rune, thank you for that. This song is so good. Oh, the thing I forgot to mention about it, was what you mentioned about the Virginia Woolf dying, and I totally just blew over it in the Songpacks page. It also the song references the death of Virginia Woolf, who drowned herself by walking into a river with her coat pockets filled with stones. And there's a line in the song that corresponds to that part of the book. Florence was inspired by a family to visit Charleston, a country house, which was a frequent meeting place for early 20th century Bloomsbury group of writers, artists, and philosophers, of which Woolf was a core member. She said, "We got there too early, but they let us into the gardens, and then we ate the apples off the trees." Florence recalled, "It just seemed like a really amazing breakfast in this really amazing place, and then I was just thinking about her death. That's always been such a strong image, going to the river with your pockets full of stones." It is an amazing death. It's an amazing story. Her life, Virginia Woolf's life. Super inspiring. Anyway, thank you again, Rune. That was such a good one. And truly an amazing writer. Don't drown. It sucks. Have you drowned before? Like fully? I had this thought that we sent our dog in to be spayed the other day, and I was like, what if she just like died in surgery and they reanimated her as a zombie? Just saying. Just saying. These walls are so depressing without anything on them. I was like, what is that noise from outside? And it's pouring rain. Yeah. I was like, it sounds like someone's like rolling a cart or like a truck, like a dumpster full of stuff like down the street. But it is literally just pouring rain. Oh, that's crazy. Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't think she's a zombie, but she's in a lot of pain. Raining cats and dogs? Hopefully not. That would be so sad for the cats and the dogs. Poor doggies. Yeah, she's very miserable right now. But I think she's okay. Or she'll be okay. She's been getting better. Oh, truly amazing. Truly amazing to be here. This is the last stream in like the place where it all started. I think this was like the place that it all started. No, it started at the last place I was living. But it is the last stream because I have to pack up my stuff. We'll be in Florida next week, late next week. But don't worry. I'm not really like willingly going to Florida. It's sort of like I have to follow the call, and the call is taking